take the journey together. And we should not come to a place where we say we have arrived. I think it's a misconception. Many times when we talk about peace, people think that, oh, when we achieve this, then we are peaceful. No, it's an ongoing. And it's an everyday life. We should make it our lifestyle. Then it will become our habit, and then it become a culture. We should have a peace culture. We have come a long way from the war. And to be very sincere and to be honest with ourselves, we have to be grateful because we have come a long way. We have taken some positive steps in this country and to the point where we are. But there's still a lot to be done. But we want to say thank you to everyone that has enabled us to come to where we are today. We want to say thank you, to every partner, locally, internationally, that has helped us, even before the formation of the Peace Commission, for us to be here today. And with the formation of the Peace Commission, people have worked assiduously in their own way to contribute to the peace of this nation. Everything is not gloomy and dark. We have come a long way. And I think we should commend ourselves for coming a long way. It is very important. I always I study so much about tradition, and I like to say, the African proverb says, if you want to go far, go. If you want to go far, go alone. But if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. And we believe as a nation, we want to go far. We want to go far, so we want to go with others. We want to go with everybody, inclusively in this nation. We want to go, everybody is important. And we want to go also with our international community together because Sierra Leone wants to go far. The world will not wait for us. If we continue to fight, the world will not wait for us. The world is going ahead of us. And we should be committed and determined to join the rest of the world in developing our nation. I will really say our major problem to peace today is not, we have gone through the war. For me also, somebody who has lived through this war, who works with the amputees, especially in Bo, for many years, the first amputees, and adopted, I have two sons who are amputees. I want to make it very clear. It was not, even though all the writings around the world speaks about diamond, but I differ from my own writing. I differ. It was not the diamonds that brought us the war. It was bad governance that brought us the war. We should be very sincere about it. But you see, it is always a case that people try to write a narrative that they want the world to buy. That is why the African proverbs say, it is always good for the lion to tell his story that the hunter tells him. Because when the hunter tells the story of the lion, he's not going to tell him the way, he will tell it from the hunter point of view. But when the lion tells his own story, it's a different thing. We are the lions. Let us tell our own story. Some of us were here, we are working for organizations, and we know it's bad governance that brought us to where we are today. And if we can address some of those things, then the peace will continue to journey in peace. It is also very clear for us to understand that indeed, one of the challenges we have today in our country, today we have intermarriages. There are people, my wife is a Limba, I'm a Creole by tribe. My wife is a Limba, my mother is a Shabro. I live in the south. Now, all of these areas, we work together. If you go to parliament and see how it's from different political arena, how they joke, how they laugh. But when it comes to election, we have a problem. And I want us to know, if we are going to maintain the peace, we have to be colorblind. We have to be colorblind, and it's very important for us to know we have to go against tribal issues. Let us put people who have the potential, people who have proven potential. Let us give them the authority. It really don't matter where they are coming from. As long as they can prove themselves, then let us put them there. This will maintain the peace. There are a lot of people who, some of them have potential. They are not proving it because they are not being given the platform. But there are those who are proving potential. Let us support them. Their tribe really don't matter to us. What is important? If they can do it, let's support them. That is where the sticking point is currently for Sierra Leone. Our sticking point is, right now we joke and laugh, but 1 year to election, there will be a tense atmosphere. Every area you go, even friends and who have been talking, neighbors, will begin now to pull themselves. This should not happen again. We are building a new Sierra Leone. We are building a new Sierra Leone. And I am appealing. Peace starts with you. It starts with him. And it starts with a smile. An eye for an eye will leave all of us blind. And we want to be blind. My challenge here today, as we talk about, having a culture of peace and national cohesion, I challenge it. It should run through every fabric of the society. In the educational sector, we should be talking about this. We should have it. In the governance system, we should talk about it. CSOs should talk about it. Every sector and fabric of the society, the religious people should be talking about it. Every sector, it should become the food we eat. When we wake up, we should talk about it. When we sleep, we should talk about it. Every home should be talking about it. Let it become also the national anthem of this nation. Then we will see that indeed we achieve peace. We are committed. As board members and as staff, we are committed. I don't want to go back home one day, my son or my grandchildren asking me for peace in your nation. I want to look them in my eyes and say, I worked with other people who are committed to peace. And that is why we are where we are today. I want to talk to them with freedom, with peace. Brothers and sisters, if we don't take this journey together and committedly mean it, someday our children will ask us that question and we will not have an answer to give them. We should have an answer to give them. And we have to dismantle all the structures that militate against peace. Every structure that militates against peace, we should do everything to dismantle it. Because remember, peace is a journey. Until we do that, we will not have peace. So I encourage you, I thank you for coming, but I want to encourage you. Each and every one of us should talk about peace. We have done well, and so we should commend ourselves. Let me end with this illustration. You see, all of us know the Agama lizard, is that not so? Every second, we know the Agama lizard. Now, the Agama lizard is not afraid of height. The Agama lizard is not afraid of height. So the Agama lizard will fall from any height. And when the Agama lizard falls down on the ground, do you know what the Agama lizard will do? He will take his head, and the first thing he will do, he will look to his right. Have you noticed that? Do you know why the Agama lizard is looking to his right? He's looking for somebody to praise him. To say, Mr. Agama, Mrs. Agama, that was a great fall. You did very well. But when the Agama lizard looks to the right and don't find anyone praising him, the Agama lizard will take his head and look to the left. Have you noticed that? He said, okay, I did not find someone in the right to praise me. Let me look to the left. Maybe there will be somebody there. He's looking for somebody to say, Mrs. Agama, that was a great fall. Mr. Agama, you did well. But when the Agama lizard looks to the left and don't find anybody to praise, the Agama lizard will take his head and begin to beat his breast, saying, I did well, I did well, I did well. As Sierra Leoneans, we have done well, we have done well, we have done well. We should continue to do well. Thank you very much.
The chairman of the board of the ICPNC, you can sense the passion, very committed, but he's also a priest, right? He's quick to convert this high table to a pulpit. Thank you very much. Big round of applause again for him. He tried to discuss two important things about peace and peace building. One of which is the discourse of greed and grievance on the onset of war. Is it greed or grievance? And we've seen academic papers on this about what led to the word. He's simply saying it's about grievance, right? The Diamond helped later on. But it's actually about that. But they also spoke about, and Sierra Leone, we can easily speak about tribalism. And in opportunities where I've told people, no, we don't have tribalism in Sierra Leone. Not only tribalism. Tribalism is, I don't know how to explain. Tribalism is when it's hatredless for another person because of different tribe, right? So you look at Mende man, you not the man, or you look at the man, the business don't go far before you go to cycle. What we have is what is referred to as ethnic politicization. Because our politicians don't have anything to tell us. At a political time, they tell you, so we call that ethnic politicization. That's what the chairman was saying. We have to stop that. As we move on, and when I want to bring our development partners to talk to us, but before doing that, I want to show you a quick documentary. After that documentary, we are going to have a song. Then we'll bring in now our international development partners to talk to us before we bring in the UN resident coordinator to give us the keynote statement. Are we ready? All right, we'll show you a brief documentary.
symbol of a conflict that shaped the nation's pursuit of peace.
Historic document which we're about to sign should be dedicated to the children of Sierra Leone.
The museum also safeguards crucial peace agreements. These documents mark the end of Sierra Leone's brutal civil war in 2002, embodying a nation's yearning for stability and justice.
I think what that short documentary tells us is the long journey we've come from as a people.
This country, no problem. No one, nothing again like with Yaba.
Me, advise me people then, do. Let we not try for bring trouble can our country. We for them with peace and we for love who said. If any pet can this country, we the innocent one and I will get for suffer. So at the pray to be confident, at the play to be confident, now we all get unity, all get one. Let we not bring pet cancer with country.
Violence not the solution to problem. Violence not able help for let we get what you want. Let we go into dialogue. Let we defend them for meet with the big one then. Let's sit down with them. Any kind of let we get patience because one piece not to one day. If we don't make the first approach, you not able. Let we do second approach. Now so we go there, stay we able forget what we want. But for common athlete, it is when you take life where you don't make.
Let them remember so long.
To hold elected officials to be accountable and deliver on their commitment. Like I mentioned, we're now going to move to our development partners, the partners that ICPNT has been working with, and we'll give them another 3 minutes. On this time, I will try as best as possible to ensure we stay within 3 minutes. And the first organization that is going to start that conversation is a national organization that's been working around issues of peace. It used to be called Search for Common Ground. Now it's called Talking Drum Studio. We call the national coordinator of Talking Drum Studio, Mr. Alpha Kamara. Big round of applause as we welcome Talking Drum Studio. I'll commit that beyond the national level celebration of the International Day of Peace, we will also collaborate for the district level engagements. Today, we are gathered here in celebration of this day, but to also continue the conversation and the dialogue that will contribute in de-escalating tensions and building peace. Through a project supported by IRISH, supporting over 1,000 women to locally driven peace initiatives, and they've positioned themselves as trusted actors in nearly half of the country. But beyond that, other initiatives supported by other international partners have contributed in de-escalating tensions and building peace in the communities. To the extent Sierra Leone's ranking on the Peace Index table has been very, very impressive over the years. We are third most peaceful country in Africa, and congratulations to all of us. But we are not out of the woods yet, I have to say. Yes, our peace index ranking is impressive, but then there are threats to peace. And those threats may have to also mention, and permit me to do that. One of them is electoral violence. We fight over elections, and after elections, there are other incidents that have also threatened our coexistence. the August 10th incidents in Freetown and across the country. The generator saga in McKinney, the constituency 110 by-elections in Godwich, the direct engagement with chiefs in Lone Star, and most recently, the jailbreak and the attempted coup. These are all indicators that we are not out of the woods yet. Let us celebrate where we can, but let us also pay attention to the fact that we are not out of the woods and we are still on the planet. And therefore, as we cultivate a culture of peace, I want to add that we have to deepen peace engagement in our communities. The chairperson of the board has said that we will have to dialogue again and again. But in doing that, we also want to be very frank and call things by their name. We still have a winner-takes-all type of approach to governance. For my brothers and sisters, winner takes all simply means if I win, all the people will take power. And we've seen that over the years. When APC win the elections, all the officials are APC. And if there are SLB people, they take them out. When SLB win the elections, they do the same. All those in governance are SLB people out. Even those with the required qualification and experience. So every government is starting from scratch. You're not building on something. So we continue to reverse the trends we are making over the years. Beyond that, there is also limited access and even distribution of resources. It's so poorly managed, limited opportunities for young people, security is sometimes so hot-headed that they cannot manage protests quite sufficiently, and it ends up in deaths, etc. There is an increase in drugs among young people, rampant corruption. All of these are undercurrents that undermines the peace we want to engage. But we have an opportunity here. We can do better as a country. We have to do better as a country. We have to live together. That's simple. It's nothing else. And I agree with the moderator around ethnicity, etc. We have to coexist. We have to cross boundaries. That is why we're very impressed with the work the women of this project are doing. But if we want to cultivate peace, there's one thing, there's only one way to do it. We may have differences in opinion. That is normal. But we have to dialogue. And there's no better way to do it is to dialogue, dialogue, and dialogue. Thank you. You're not out of the woods yet. Dialogue, dialogue, and dialogue. And this will take us to the next speaker, the country representative of Ajiamondo. Ajiamondo? Okay, we have a lady who's representing us. A big round of applause for Ajiamondo. Again, we ask, let's stay within the 3 minutes time limit. It's been a challenge, but I hope we will continue to improve.
Good afternoon, everybody. Our protocol of vote. I stand on the existing protocol of my colleagues. I'm representing Agiamondo. Agiamondo is a German organization working in Sierra Leone, and has its partners, about 10 organizations, and the focus is peace. Our work entails peace because, as my colleague have already said, it's not about the absence of war, building peace. As it's been said here, cultivating a culture of peace. It's like we have to, like the agriculturists, when they want to plant, they say we are going to cultivate a farm that is brushing, cleansing, burning, and everything. And that's what we are doing. We have 10 organizations with different mandates, but we ensure that peace is also part of our activities. We look at SGBV in the country. People don't look at it as a platform of creating conflict in the country. When you look at the justice system, they have certain things that they can take on board to address SGBV, but there are certain things they will not take on board, although it's also part of the SGBV. And also, we look at peace to see how we can actually cultivate it in the lives of our children. I'm so happy that we have the younger generation coming board, looking at youth in general, nationally and outside of Sierra Leone, how they can create peace in their activity and maintain it. Other organizations are looking at how they can look at governance issue. Our colleagues talk about governance. They are looking at governance. Yes, diamond caused problem in the country, but it was not the diamond. It was bad governance. Because we are living testimony. We have lived in bad governance where we have not seen any result. At my age now, I'm still asking, when and where and how do we maintain peace? When will our children and grandchildren enjoy peace? I'm still in no roadway, but thank God for the Peace Commission. With the stride they have taken, we are hoping that one day we will realize peace. And I'm happy also, Agiamondo have joined with the Peace Commission 2 years ago. We said to our colleague, Max, we said, we need to actually work with the Peace Commission. Not just coming to deliver to us messages, what the Peace Commission, but how can we work together? And today, we are part of this commission. And we hope even after Max would have gone, we'll continue as partners to work with the Peace Commission. We are ready to work. We are ready to take the message out. We are ready to reach out to the girls. We are ready to reach out to the adults, the adolescents, because tomorrow it is their future. We are the older ones now. We have eaten our own time. But let's give chance to this younger generation to take the peace ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A big round of applause for Agiamondo again. Again, I will ask, let's keep within time. Another partner that has worked with the commission is Troke. Do we have a representative from Troke? Thank you very much. A big round of applause for Troke. Let's stay within 3 minutes mandate.
Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol strictly observed. My name is George Were. I'm the incoming country director for Trocare. This is my 6th day in Sierra Leone. I was here in 2004, 2 years after cessation of hostilities. So I talk with some kind of hindsight. I'll keep within the 3 minutes. It's a pleasure to be part of this celebration. And it reminds us that peace, and I'm glad the theme is around peace, not around conflict. It's not just an ideal, but a reality we must continually strive for. Building peace means understanding the elements, the drivers of conflict. and dealing with them, not wishing them away. We are also reminded that the choices that we face in moments of tension are two. We have a choice to make in this tension. Either go to conflict or face some of those challenges. And that is what is at the heart of Trocair's peace-building work in this country. Though Sierra Leone faces challenges 20 years after the war, there is hope, as past speakers have indicated. And some of these includes some of the observations we have made, how empowering youth, women, the marginalized groups, and leaders can lead into transformation of communities. We're working currently with USAID in supporting peace building, what we call the P2P project, where we work also, and I recognize them very heartily, local partners to strengthen for peace. We strive to facilitate the fostering of trust between citizens and authorities, because without trust, there's no open discussion, there's no way of dealing with sensitive issues. Trust is very key. We also try to equip youth and women's peace ambassadors with leadership skills, because peace, to plow peace, to cultivate peace, there is need for leadership. There needs for organization and leadership alongside trust. Our work, one little piece of work that I want to point out that we do together with the UNDP is with the Okada team. I hope I pronounce it correctly. I work with the bike riders, which illustrates how peace is intertwined with three facets: justice, equality, opportunity. And indeed, opportunity means don't leave anybody behind. The other element that we have also realized is very, very key. And I was so glad to see our mothers from the Market Association, those who do the business, is the significance of economic empowerment. Peace begins from the stomach and it goes into the mind. If you lack, you cannot coexist. It's difficult. So we should also remember that we have to do a lot on giving everybody economic opportunity. When you see people who have what they need, you see them queuing very quietly and waiting for their turn. That if they are not sure that they get a chance, if there's shortage, you have to fight your way through. At Trocair, in conclusion, we believe everyone has a role to play in peace building. Inclusion is key. Whether you are a peace ambassador, an Okada rider, or a local civil society organization, we must advocate for justice, advocate and practice. Each one of us, individually or collectively, can contribute to a future where peace, justice, and equality can thrive in plentiness. As we celebrate this very important day, and I'm so lucky to be in Sierra Leone this very important day, let us commit. Let us move on. Let us act against our commitments so that we can all realize, long-lasting peace. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Big round of applause to Trocair. And I will add that let's all keep to time like Trocair did. Thank you very much. Close to home, we call in on ECOWAS. Do we have an ECOWAS representative with us? Okay, thank you very much. We have a representative from the Economic Community of West African States.
part of their mandate is to promote peace and economic growth. Thank you very much, Ambassador.
It is with a deep sense of duty and a good satisfaction on behalf of the ECOWAS Commission to stand before you today to make these few remarks on the occasion of the International Day of Peace. May I recall that the slogan of ECOWAS Vision 2050 is ECOWAS for the people, peace and prosperity for all. If I wanted to make this remember, is to emphasize that the culture of peace is institutionalized at the level of the ECOWAS Commission. But we may acknowledge that the region of West Africa is still facing significant challenge. The spread of terrorism has set us many years back, destabilizing the region and undermining member states' development efforts. Youth employment remains as a challenger. The impact of climate change is incredibly threatening the fragility of the region. 24 years ago, there has been a sustainable decade in major civil wars. However, the security situation has been more complex and multi-faced, with the threats including human, drug, and armed trafficking, money laundering, terrorism, and the financing of terrorism, cybercrime, and counterfeiting of all types of products, specifically pharmaceutical. Terrorism and the financing of terrorism have now become the security Kakman for many countries in the West African region. On the other hand, democratic process are still fragile. Frequent disputes on electoral process, perceived as less consensual, have led to serious political and institutional crises, creating instability, sometimes with negative relations implications. Faced with this major challenge, and in accordance with the following statement of the ECOWAS 2050 vision, a fully integrated community of people living in a peaceful and prosperous region with strong institutions and respect for fundamental rights and freedom, striving for inclusive and sustainable development. The management of the ECOWAS Commission has decided to implement 44 strategic objectives, which are: Objective 1, hence the regional peace and security by strengthening ECOWAS peace and security early warning capability, build mediation capacity, strengthen rapid response and peace. Objective 2, deeper regional integration through promotion, among others, of free movement of people and goods. Objective 3, good governance by building strong regimes and anti-constitutional change of government and support member states to deepen democracy. Objective 4, inclusive and sustainable development through social gender, youth and environment program. By 2050, ECOWAS will have to meet the challenge of social cohesion among its people, create the condition of a sense of belonging that is characteristic of community citizenship that will foster the emergence of a cultural identity based on shared values. In conclusion, I confirm ECOWAS' commitment to the people of Sierra Leone to spare no effort to sustainably strengthen peace and social cohesion. Thank you for considerations.
Big round of applause for ECOWAS. And acknowledgements there to rise their mandates is to promote peace and social cohesion and economic growth. The sub-region is facing a lot of challenges. It's now my honor to bring in a partner who has been with the ICPAT since its commencement. Allow me to invite the Irish ambassador to Sierra Leone, or our representative.
Thank you, Chairman. Allow me to stand on existing protocols. We believe that a more inclusive, transparent and accountable governance processes and a protected civil society space are essential for achieving these sustainable development goals and providing a critical pathway for those who are left furthest behind. That's why, as part of our governance work, we are pleased to have worked closely with TDS, as you heard earlier, and with its partners BAN and 50/50. And that includes supporting today's event and the other events that have been marking this day across the country. Honourable Chairperson, this year's theme of the International Day of Peace is an important call to all of us to continue working collaboratively to build a genuine culture of peace, not just on one day of the year, but on every day with all of our activities. I liked the phrase that Philippa, the Child's Forum representative, said. She talked about
We are the national broadcaster, and I am Sulaiman Baba Toure, a reporter and presenter at the SLBC. Your voice, my voice.
From the commercial department, I am Regina Bangura. You are watching SLBC. Your voice, my voice.
I am Jonathan Turner, a reporter for Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, SLBC. As a reporter, I do stories on education, health, politics, and more. Stay glued with SLBC to watch my stories. Your voice, my voice.
Lucian Ganda, producer Wayus, and producer and presenter Christian Renditions on TV. This is the SLBC.
I am William Wise, presenter Wayus and also reporter at the SLBC, and this is the SLBC.
I am Salma Tabak, television executive producer. I produce programs on both radio and television. I'm a news anchor, a presenter, an announcer on radio. I enjoy what I do because I serve a public service broadcaster. It's a pleasure to work with the SLBC. I am Tilly Koma, Head of News and Current Affairs Unit, Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Our news hour now covers several segments. We have entertainment, business, weather, sports, ferry schedule, and human interest stories, not forgetting politics. We are doing all that to keep you people posted on what's happening all over the country. Thanks for being with us at SLBC. Keep blue. We are the best.
My name is Samuel Bangura, a camera operator at SLBC. I always capture the scene you see on TV. So stay glued to the public broadcaster.
My name is Samuel Kabia, a news anchor and sports producer at SLBC.
Hello, I am Esther Mahisama, reporter and presenter of SLBC Sport.
I am Princess Gibson, executive producer, radio, gatekeeping, radio content, producer, public squire, your program that brings you conversation on topical issues, and also presents our breakfast show, Good Morning Sierra Leone.
Hello, my name is Daphne Zainab Kamara. I am a television producer at the SLBC. I also read the news on television and present the podium on television too. I also announce on radio. Stay tuned to the SLBC.
Providing authentic information has been one of the pillars that SLBC relies on. I am Mohamed Simbiko Omar, a reporter who has developed insatiable appetite for human interest stories. Continue to stay with Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation for your best in broadcast journalism.
As a public broadcaster, we believe in giving out objective stories, and your interest is our concern. I am Moses Sile Conte, a reporter at the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Stay tuned.
Wayus, you get use?
Yes, I get use.
This is the program where they give you the use where they happen all about the country.
Inside Wayus, we go take you text, Facebook and WhatsApp message. You complain where you go send us letter to the producer. We dey announce about team them working loss and plenty more.
We are there all about the country. But you self help for being the use that you area.
We use the original program where they give you updates.
We use. You get use?
Yes, I get use.
Sierra Leone is a country on a new path of development, a new direction. As we awaken to a new sense of patriotism and pride as Sierra Leoneans, the SLBC brings together enlightened senior citizens with much experience to help steer Sierra Leoneans on the path of a defined course of pride and consciousness, a constructive nationalism. So, join the SLBC for the program Constructive Nationalism. Come and let's build Sierra Leone every Saturday at 3 p.m. on the SLBC. Constructive Nationalism on the SLBC.
I am Aminata Fofana, a reporter, a presenter, and an anchor for the SLBC.